this, you don't need cable. Hop on YouTube, welcome to the hood table, where we chop up local and global events vocally. You don't really wanna miss out on these conversations. Just joke a little, laugh a little, get that wine in your system, fill your glass a little, expose current events, talk trash a little. You never know, these opinions might clash a little. They addicted to the content, got them binge watching. You don't like it, then you want to invite it, bet your friends watching in the house and your job parking lot before you clocking. They don't wanna miss a second of this HD content. Everybody think they got something to say, so it's an open invitation, bring it to the table. But if you come whack, just know we ain't buying in. We gon' probably turn you back and say you sorry, try again. Yeah, welcome to the hood table. You don't need Netflix, you don't need cable. Yeah, welcome to the hood table. You don't need Netflix, you don't need cable.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? Come on in. And please come on off your shoes, relax your feet, and get ready for this Power review. Power, this is spinoff number 3, Power Raising Kanan. We are now on season 1, episode 8, and the title of the show was called The Cost of Business. Biznai in my little scrappy voice. So make sure you guys come on in, hit the like button, share the video, subscribe to the Hood Table if you're not already subscribed, please, and thank you very kindly. We are on Facebook as well as YouTube at the same time. So everybody on Facebook, feel free to like the video, share the video, and feel free to come over to our The Hood Table YouTube channel. We're on YouTube, Facebook, IG, TikTok, Snapchat, and we have a website. thehoodtable.com is our website, where you can also find our store link to purchase some store merchandise from the Hood Table. Yes. So I have my notes, and hopefully you guys have been able to watch the show and are all caught up so that you guys can help me throughout this review and help keep me on track as well, because it was a lot going on, y'all. It was a lot going on, and I was surprised by several things that went on in this episode. Like, I was gagging, like, what? Say what now? What happened? But yeah, so I'm ready to get all into it. So make sure you guys, if you have any questions, thoughts, opinions, or anything we talk about, the storylines or whatever, make sure you put it in the chat. Okay. Now, we saw last episode how Nicole, which was Jukebox girlfriend, they had just really officialized their relationship. Juke for the first time called her, regarded her as her girlfriend. Finally, throughout the whole, first season. And then we saw how Nicole had took that little, the drugs, the dope, the blue top. That's all we call it, the blue top, out of Jukebox book bag without her knowing. And during the evening, when she was getting stressed out, her mom was getting on her nerves, trying to force her to go out with this guy, knowing she's a whole homosexual or lesbian. She got stressed out, and we already knew she took drugs or whatnot, but she took that blue top from out of Jukebox bag, and she immediately fell dead, just like all them other smokers and them crackheads and them fiends that was in those houses, those stash houses, those crack houses, I should say. She fell dead right on her face, and she died. She died. So, last episode, I was like, oh, damn. I mean, yeah, that would make for a great story, but I would hope that she wouldn't die. And maybe when they showed Juke in the previews, looking at her picture, a big old photo, that maybe she was just in her house, and, not at a funeral home. But yeah, she did. She didn't die. But this episode, when it comes to Rock and Officer Howard, we found out that Rock and Defcon was never in a relationship together. Rock was actually a cover, or what some people will refer to as a beard, for Defcon, which is like a man who's gay, but he is with a woman, dating or having a kid by her, even, or married to her, to make people believe that he's really, straight or whatnot when he's an undercover brother. Now that would explain why DEFCON never was concerned about Kanan or Kanan's well-being. He had no interest in that child as he was growing up. So, are we all in agreement that Kanan's has to be Officer Howard's son? Like, are we all in agreement? Like, because shit, we don't know who all Rock was messing around with, but Officer Howard is very, very determined to prove that Kanan is his son. And he has a lot invested in him, due to his cancer, due to him being sick and everything. Officer Howard is so desperate to build a relationship with Kanan to the point that he threatens to arrest him for all the blue top deaths in the hood. The little dude, what's his name? Lil Rob. From Queensbridge, he had put that on Kanan. He put all those deaths, all those murders behind those lethal blue tops on Kanan. So because of the fact that Officer Howard's life is literally on the line, he's willing to put Kanan's life on the line as well. Now, y'all let me know, but I still feel like, I don't know. I mean, Kanan, as far as Officer Howard's son, I'm still not sure if Howard really cares about bonding with Kanan, getting to know Kanan, becoming a part of his life as much as he cares about possibly being able to get a bone marrow transplant from Kanan. So y'all need to let me know. Like, do y'all get the feeling that Officer Howard really wants to get to know Kanan if he is indeed his son? I don't know, child. But let me see. Some people are sending me stuff on, because we on Facebook. Again, we on Facebook, and we also on YouTube. So I'm just reading the comments over here on Facebook. Yep, somebody told me that Kanan is the reason behind all this bullshit, and the blue tops most definitely had poison on them. Yep, I do believe the blue tops had poison on them. You know what's funny? I was watching something else, a different show, and god dang, I can't remember the name of the show right now, but they was mentioning dope, even to this day, that's been stepped all over, and sometimes filled with stuff like rat poison. And that's also what Marvin told Kanan last episode. He said, for all you know, this could have been rat poison in them down in that dope that they use to step on their own dope. So yeah, to the person who sent me that message regarding Kanan and the blue tops, I absolutely agree that it was definitely some poison in there. Now, what kind of poison? I don't know, but Marvin could have been right. It could have been very well rat poison in there, which is just horrible. The people who do that shit, they don't care though. They care. They take that money. They don't care if the customer never return, because the money at the time, they're just concerned about making that quick money. But yeah, that's sad. That's really sad. That people sometimes lose their own life chasing a high. But so yeah, let me know what you think about Officer Howard and his relationship with Kanan. Now, Rock did ask him, was he trying to play daddy? Like, you want to be a daddy now? To which Howard replied, I'm not playing. So again, I don't know if he's really trying to be Kanan's father, if he just trying to get what he can from Kanan, put the guilt trip on him. I'm dying. I need a bone marrow transplant. But in order for him to have any type of relationship with Kanan, Rock has to put it all out there to her son. But she keeps telling him, I ain't about to do that. If you waiting on me to tell my son that you his father, you be wasting your time holding your breath. You probably been to die before he found out. So do y'all think Rock is going to eventually tell Kanan about his daddy, or alleged daddy? But yeah, evidently Howard, he was a grown ass man and a cop when he started sleeping around with Rock, who was only 16 at the time. And Howard claims to not have known her true age since Rock told him she was 17. And after watching the R. Kelly trial for the last 3 weeks, I'm like, ooh, that's that R. Kelly shit. Them girls telling Kelly that I'm 17. I'm really 17. Knowing damn well them little ass girls ain't no damn 17, 18, 19. Ain't nowhere near. But anywho. She was with DEFCON as well, but as we found out, she wasn't having sex with DEFCON. So he was like, "Well, shit, you was with DEFCON too, so don't hey, we both was sleeping with your ass when you was underage." But no, 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 no. DEFCON was all the way gay. He didn't like the girls. He didn't like the girls. That was crazy. I couldn't believe that shit. I was like, damn, I didn't see that coming. I did not see that coming at all. What's up, Vibrant Law? How you doing? But yeah, thanks everybody tuning in. Make sure you like and share the video, child. Like and share the video. So, how do you think Kanan will react when he finds out that the man who he thought was his father was an undercover homosexual and that his real father allegedly is 5'0", none other than Officer Friendly or Officer Howard? Let me know. Now, as far as Uncle Marvin. Okay, Uncle Marvin. We find out he used to be a whole crackhead. Like I said, this video, the last episode surprised me in many ways. I was like, what? Uncle Marvin? I'm like, how did I miss that? How did I miss Uncle Marvin looking crackheadish? And that's what landed him in prison. That is what landed him in prison. And also, when it comes to Uncle Marvin, it's becoming really clear now, like why Rock and Lulu be treating him like an unwanted stepchild. Rock had explained to Kanan, Rock is furious. She's pissed off at Kanan. She's pissed off at her son. She's pissed off at Officer Howard. But with Marvin, she explained to Kanan that Marvin could have been running his own shit. Had he not been getting high on his own supply, you ain't supposed to get high off your own supply. And that's what, again, landed him in jail after he started, selling dope out his own crib. Now, after hearing all this, I can certainly understand now why Rock didn't want Marvin taking Kanan under his wings, per se, when it comes to hustling. Because not only do she not want her son hustling backwards, but she probably, thinking about him possibly ending up on the other side of somebody else's blue top as well. So yeah, she is looking out for Kanan, but she's one of those parents where she like, things is on a need to know basis. When it comes to hustle streets, she could have been told Kanan that all along. Like she could have told him all along that his pappy might be Officer Howard. But anywho, Kanan, however, doesn't feel like him nor his uncle is to blame for anything. What he actually said to his mother was, don't blame Uncle Marvin and don't blame me either. Blame your damn self because I'm exactly what you made me. In other words, he told old Raquel that he is a product of his own environment. Like, what the hell did you think he was going to turn out to be? Of course he's going to turn out to try to be a big drug dealer like his mama and his uncle and them, And he ain't got no daddy figure to try to teach him anything else. Rock was like, oh, really? She tried to slap his ass all the way back to before his conception. She slapped that boy down to the ground. I felt that. I felt that shit. She was like, she took that shit all the way back. Just, pow. But yeah. So y'all let me know what y'all thought about that whole scene right there. Now, as far as Juliana, I did not think that Juliana would call in that favor from Rock so soon after the last episode. Did y'all? But now, what does this mean for Juliana? Like, we know what this could lead to for Rock. Because Rock and, Joaquin, I think she called it, that's how it's pronounced, Joaquin, will most likely start doing business together, so long as Rock can prove that she is not working with Officer Howard because he been following her. And as long as she can prove that she can be very lucrative to Joaquin. But as far as Juliana, does she really want to be in business with Rock? See, before Rock did what she did to her husband, anything that probably could have gone wrong or would go wrong in the future would land at Gabrielle's feet, at Juliana's husband. But now that he's out the way, and Rock still using their facility, their bodega, you know, to facilitate her business, you know, to be one of her stash locations. Is Juliana ready to actually be in business with Rock? I mean, I had told y'all last week. I did tell y'all last week that Juliana, to me, seems like the type who is itching to make some real money in the streets, just like Rock and possibly just like her cousin up the way, you know, Joe King. And let's not forget, who was the one responsible for bringing Gabrielle and Rock together? That was Juliana. She was the one who actually stepped to Uncle Marvin to jumpstart the deal Rock made with Gabrielle. So from the beginning, I noticed that Juliana seems to have her eyes set on bigger and better things than just running a family, you know, bodega on the corner. On the corner. But yeah, y'all let me know what y'all think about Juliana getting involved with Rock. Like, it's to the point now where she owes Rock. Yeah, she hooked Rock up with her cousin Joe King, but Rock could have very well probably done that herself or been found another big drug dealer, drug supplier. But she did do Rock a solid. But this killing her husband, Rock, this could land Rock, you know, in prison. So yeah, Juliana's probably gonna be forever indebted to Rock, forever. But yeah, let me see what y'all saying on Facebook. Hold on. The white cousin told Rock that he was on his way to the house right before he let her go. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, they had said, yep, they read in my mind. On Facebook, somebody said Rock killed the store owner of the bodega. Do you think the wife gonna still deal with Rock? Oh, yes, that's what we was just talking about. I think she's gonna still deal with her, but again, I think Juliana has her eyes set on bigger things. Not just letting Rock use her establishment to run her drugs or to keep her drugs and her money and stuff like that. I think Juliana wants to play. I can see, just picture it. Juliana and Raquel. Two big queen pins. You know what I'm saying? In Jamaica. Like, can y'all see that? Can y'all picture that? I can. I can, but y'all let me know if y'all can picture it because I really can. I really can. But as far as Gabrielle, this makes me wonder why Gabrielle hated his wife's cousin Joaquin so much. Joaquin being a big drug dealer, a big hustler, a big supplier, why didn't he get into business with Juliana's husband before he got into business with Rock? Or did he? Like, is there something we don't know? Because I really would like to know the deal behind Gabrielle and Joaquin, especially why Juliana had to go to Rock for that favor. Like, your family is in the streets, your family in the drug business, they supplying big time drug dealers. I'm sure that they committed a murder or two. So why did Juliana have to go to Rock to kill her husband instead of going to somebody in her family like Joaquin? So I think there's something that we're missing, something that they aren't telling us yet, you know, but I don't know. I don't know. As far as Kanan and Davina, ugh, so messy. This is so messy. Davina and her baby sister had to go live in foster care. You know, due to their mother having been dead for a month, it actually took a minute for foster care to place Davina and her baby sis. And foster care, being that the authorities, you know, they only recently was able to identify their mother's body. Now, I actually think that Davina is going to end up being a problem for Kanan. But y'all let me know what y'all think. While he's out there tripping off of her being placed in the system, looking like he was about to break down and cry right there on the sidewalk, he needs to be trying to steer clear of her, stay far away from Davina as he can. Because even though he tried to convince her that Famous's lyrics were all made up and that Famous is not at all about that street life, Davina, like I said before, is not stupid. She's far from stupid, okay? And she's reading all the way between the lines in Famous's rap lyrics. Now, I do admit that I believe Neat got one over on her, but y'all let me know how y'all feel about that. I don't know. I really think Neek played her. But then again, I could be wrong. I could be wrong. Remember when Neek promised her that he put her mother in treatment if Davina gave him something on Rock and Kanan? Well, Davina did give up Rock's stash house location. However, I don't recall seeing Neek have somebody set Davina's mother up treatment facility unless I missed that part. As a matter of fact, I don't recall him having said any words or spoke any words or said anything about Davina's mother after they hit Rock's stash house. Again, at least not from what I remember. Therefore, as I said, I think Davina is going to make some problems for Kanan. So y'all let me know how y'all feel about that. And let me check on Facebook over here. See if somebody got something to say about that storyline. Nope. Nope. So moving right along. Jukebox and Nicole. Speaking of problems for Kanan, those damn blue tops. Like, why didn't Kanan consult with his uncle Marvin? First, before stepping on their work with somebody else's shit. And do you think Juke was sincere? She was an emotional wreck. She done broke into them people's houses, her girlfriend's parents' houses. She's an emotional wreck. Do you think that Juke was sincere telling Kanan that he is not to blame for Nicole's death? Or do you think Juke will ultimately seek revenge for her girlfriend's death? And had she not been released on the word of Officer Howard, I wonder what all they would have charged her with. Because her parents know, Nicole's parents know that she got the blue top from Jukebox. And she also broke into their house. Okay? And these white folks, they don't care for her. They don't care for gay people. They seem homophobic. So I'm sure if they could, they would probably try to put Jukebox underneath the jail. And besides that, Nicole's mother did say that, they have to lie to everyone. They have to save face, which I'm sure a lot of people do. The prestige. I'm sure a lot of them lie to everybody when their child overdoses or dies from things like AIDS or drugs or things like that. They did lie. They lied to everybody, the family, friends of the family. They lied about her death. I think at the funeral, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think I heard somebody say that Nicole died from cardiac arrest, which is partially true, I guess, but her death was far from natural or expected. So do you think that Nicole's death will harden Jukebox? Because she looked extremely angry. She was like heartbroken. She was enraged. I don't know. She felt, to me, it seemed like this is going to harden her. I don't know. But if it does harden her, I think it will also turn her against her own cousin Kanan. Because I don't honestly believe that she's going to get over that shit just like that. She's like, Kanan, it's not your fault. It's not my fault. It's not nobody's fault. It's, theoretically Nicole's fault. She the one that stole the blue top. She didn't know what was in it. It could have been, well, we know what was in it. Most likely rat poison, right? So, let's see. Moving along to Symphony. Okay. Marvin, Symphony, Tony. Tony is a white girl who seems to be trying to set up Rock's family. So I think Symphony is about to find himself in a position of really proving his loyalty to Rock. Y'all let me know how y'all feel about old Symphony with his young ass. And at first, when I saw Marvin and Tony having sex, I was like, oh shit, Marvin hitting those skins and he recording that shit. He making a homemade sex video. I really thought they was like at Marvin's crib or, and then that's when, they widened the cam and we realized that they was in the bar. They was at Tony's place. I had actually thought Marvin set that camera up underneath the table. But yeah, Tony, she's attempting to set him up and his family. Rock might not believe her brother is smart. But he sure outsmarted the hell out of Tony, at least on this round. She kept asking him over and over and over, why do I owe you money? And then she practically ran after him through the bar, begging him to explain to her what business dealings did we have together? What did he give her? What does she owe money for? He didn't bite though. He didn't bite. Instead, he kept telling her that it's time for her to pay up. What he said was, I fronted you the shit. You owe me the money. That's how it works. And he was like, look, I ain't even fucking around with you no more, girl. He's like, look here, you little white woman. I ain't even fucking around with you no more. You got my money or not. He was not falling for it. So yeah, he's I think Marvin is a little bit, I mean, hell. He learned from the best. That is Rock's little brother. Even though he slipped, he slipping, he slided. He started getting high off his own supply. I think Marvin still can be very valuable to Rock and her, their business. But y'all let me know how y'all feel about that. What I did not expect though, this episode was for Uncle Lou to die so soon. Nor did I foresee Neek believing that Rock is behind the blue tops, to try to set him up. Neek was all wrong. Neek was all wrong. And when Rock went to see Joe Quinn, however that man's name is pronounced. When she went to see Joe Quinn, he did tell her that Lulu was on his way to lose. I mean that he was on that Neek was on his way to Lou's house. Right before he let her go. That was a little strange. Like, how the hell is Joe Quinn not only following her and the cop, but also following her enemies as well? That's what it seems like. Because for one, Joe Quinn, he thought that she might have been in cahoots with Officer Howard. So that's basically what he's waiting for Rock to prove that her and Officer Howard ain't, got nothing going on. But see, I think that's actually going to backfire. I was thinking about that when I was watching the show because Joaquin wants Rock to prove that she is not in business or not leaking shit to or being a snitch for Officer Howard. But what he told her was, you need to prove to me that what you're saying is going on between you and Howard is actually what it is. But in reality, if Officer Howard is indeed Kanan's father, do you think Joaquin would want to know that too? Do you think that part could backfire on Rock if he finds out that Rock used to sleep with the Officer Howard and that it might be Kanan's father? I don't know. What's up, Charmer Chucky? How you doing, boo? I don't know. I don't know if Officer Howard being that close to Rock will sway, Joaquin, how he feels about doing this with her. But anyway, y'all let me know. Now, as far as Lou, I actually thought that he would eventually die, but not this soon. I figured much later, and possibly by the hands of maybe even his own brother, because, maybe out of jealousy or spite, being that Rock seemed to have favored Lou more than Marvin. As a matter of fact, I saw someone make a post on social media asking, why do the fine ones always die first? Because Lou was definitely nice on the eyes, y'all. He was nice on the eyes. You said Joaquin may be the cops too? Ooh, I didn't think about that one. Wilby's comfort. I did not think about that one. Hey, Deanna, how you doing, love? I didn't even think about that. I know he's got people following her all up on her neck, but maybe that could be why Juliana didn't ask him to kill her husband. That would make sense. I don't know. But yeah, Marvin's character, as far as Marvin, man, I don't know. When I grew up back then, I swear, Marvin reminds me so much of my Uncle Bo. He's so smooth, wearing all that bling, the Cosby sweaters, the suede jackets, the high top haircut, the kind of, uncle with always got a toothpick in his mouth, But I always want to give you a little change. Here's a little change. Go down the street and buy you some, little niece, little nephew. But yeah, Uncle Marvin makes me just want to go back to the late 80s, the early 90s, Um, in spite of it being like the height of the crack epidemic and record gang violence. The 90s was the shit. The 90s was the shit. Y'all can't tell me shit about the 90s. But yes, yes, yes. Let me see if there's anything else on Facebook. I'm going back and forth here. We got people watching on Facebook and on YouTube. Okay, okay, okay. So Lulu. Somebody said Lulu looks like he's dead from the smoke. Do y'all think that Lulu is dead? Do y'all think that Lulu is alive? Do you think he's alive? Me, personally, I'm hoping like hell that Lulu only got like a lot of smoke inhalation. The smoke knocked him out. He passed out from the smoke because there was no blood. We didn't see any blood. And they shot that house up. I mean, it was like 5, 6 of them all shooting at the house. We didn't see no blood nowhere. Not on the floor, not on the carpet, not on Lou's clothes, not on Marvin. We didn't see no blood. So I'm like, is Lulu still alive? Do y'all want Lulu to be alive? Like, I still can't believe they would kill him off like this so soon. I mean, it's not even the end of the first season. It's episode 8. And out of all the people to die, I can see why Kanan's mother had D-Wiz killed. I can definitely see that. And speaking of D-Wiz and Kanan, now that Kanan knows that his mother put the hit on D-Wiz, where do you think this is going to place the relationship between mother and son? Mother and son. Rock, she first of all, Rock, she loves her son Kanan to death. But she can't trust him at his word. He's always messing up. Every turn, he's messing up. She's trying to clean up after him. She's trying to clean up after him, and which is why she told Marvin, I don't ever want to see you ever again, because she knows what Marvin went through and how Marvin could have got them caught up from him getting no high on his own supply. And so that's why she didn't want Marvin, basically carrying her son under his wings and trying to teach him the way. She don't want his passageway to go through Uncle Marvin. But again, as far as Uncle Marvin, I think Ra needs to give him another chance. I really do. I think Uncle Marvin will be the one to get back at Neek and his crew as well over his brother. Whether his brother Lulu is dead or not, I do think that Uncle Marvin is going to be that one. So I don't know. I don't know. Y'all let me know how y'all feel about that. But yeah, as far as Uncle Lou, I really hope that he is not dead. I really do hope that he is not dead, because I like me some Uncle Lulu. He's kind of cute. A little bright for me, but he's still kind of cute. But yeah, somebody else agrees with me that Lou might have just got a little bit too much smoke into his lungs, and hopefully next week he'll come back to life per se. But yeah, so what does this now mean for Rock after everything that we've seen this episode? Do you think, with what happened to Lou, that Rock will need to rely on Marvin? Will she give him another chance to prove himself to her? Or do you think that she will blame Marvin for Lou's murder? That's a possibility, which might make Marvin again go after Neek. Even though Rock said, I don't want to have shit to do with you no more. I don't want to see you again. Stay out of my mind. Stay out of my way. Stay out of my face. But, she could very well blame Marvin for Lou's murder, being that if Marvin would not have kept her in the dark about her son Kanan out there hustling, Lulu still might be alive. Because again, Neek thinks that Rock put those blue tops out there and try to pin that shit on him with the cops, try to get him shut down, try to mess with his customers so his customers don't want to have no dealings with him. But he's all wrong. It wasn't Rock. It was her child. Which still, goes back on rock. Goes back on rock. So yeah, that's about all I got on this episode. I hope y'all enjoyed the review. Make sure again you like the video, share the video, subscribe to the Hood Table if you're not already subscribed. Please and thank you very much. And again, don't forget to follow us on TikTok, Snapchat, Facebook, IG, thehoodtable.com, which is our website where you can purchase merchandise as well, and where you can sign up for our monthly newsletters that I send out the first week of the month. For the people who might not have seen their newsletter this month, always check the spam. I always tell people check the spam, because sometimes people send me shit and I find it in the spam, even if it's a business, like an actual. I know the Hood Table is a LLC. We as a whole business, but you know what I mean. I done had business, companies send me shit and they go right to my spam. So all you gotta do is check your spam, and if it's in there, mark it as not spam. Okay. But let's see, is that all? Now tomorrow's Tuesday. So the second episode of Green Sugar. Did I say green sugar? I didn't put Green Leaf and Queen Sugar together, y'all. Hey, y'all know Greenleaf don't no longer come on. But yeah, the second episode for this season of Queen Sugar comes on tomorrow night. So that means Wednesday night I'll be reviewing Queen Sugar, because I always try to wait like a day after the show come on to give some people who might not have got the chance to see the show right away, another day to check the show out. But yeah, so on that note, everybody, thanks for tuning in again. Stay safe, be blessed, remain vigilant at all times, and always remember to always keep it hood. Bye.